Hello, welcome to Yoga Flow. And today we're going to work up to Malasana squat pose. And if you know what that is and you're thinking to yourself, I can't do a squat, no worries. There will be options for everyone. I do recommend a block or two. We're going to come into some nice long up runners, low lunges, if you will. And these blocks can be very helpful for that. They can also be helpful for support in that Malasana squat to put under the sits bones and the tailbone if you need that. So recommend that. We will use a strap towards the end of class. So I would have that. Blanket if you need it to sit on or for a knee cushion. And that's all you need. Let's get started. We're going to come to a child's pose. So if you need a knee cushion, just bring that in here. And before we go into the child's pose, let's just loosen up a little bit here. So I'm just going to come to all fours and I'm just going to move forward and back. Good. And even though this is just like a little bit of a warm up, I'm still trying to move with my breath. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And then when you're ready, let's take that into your child's pose. So knees can be together as wide as the mat or somewhere in between. You can make the big toes touch or not. You can take your arms long in front of you. If your shoulders don't want that, take your hands back by your ankles and just allow them to release. Forehead can come onto a block or the floor. And then let's, as you settle in here, zip up from the pubic bone behind the navel and breathe and expand that rib cage. Good. So we're in an active child's pose here. And while we're here, you can create an intention for your practice. So what would you like to give or receive? Otherwise, I'm going to give you some nice I am affirmations to say quietly to yourself, because they can be very powerful, but all of them are true. Some of them, yes, we need to work on, but they're true. So from here, when you're ready, let's start off coming into that so hum. So hum meaning I am that. Hum so meaning that I am. I am that I am. We'll take the hands under the shoulders and we'll come up a little bit here. Good. Let's take that into a little bit of a side bend stretchy. So I'm going to walk my hands over to my right, walking left fingertips forward, lifting hips, pressing under the right hand, sinking towards the left. And your right elbow forearm, it's okay if it touches the floor or not, but do breathe and expand here, expanding that rib cage. And we'll lift, come back to center, half or full child's pose here to reset the spine. And then when you're ready, we'll come back up. We'll walk this back over towards the left, walk the right fingertips forward, lift the hips, press into the left hand, sink towards the right. Breathe and expand. And we'll lift and come back to center. Good. Come back to tabletop position. We're spreading the fingers wide, rooting through knuckles of pinky, pointer, and thumb. The tops of the feet will come down. Hips are over the knees. You can take your knees a little bit wider if you've got a back issue here, but belly button is in. We'll take this into some nice cat-cows. So big inhale, heart comes forward, tailbone comes back, cow pose. Exhale and round, really press that mat away. Cat pose. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Good. Now you can continue with those or work with me through a dynamic cat-cow flow. Inhale on the cow. Exhale, move through cat, sink back, child's pose. Inhale, forearms drop. Shifting forward, baby push up into that cow. And number 2. And number 3. And number 4. Good. And then we'll come back up, nice neutral table. Let's take this into a thread the needle. So I'm going to start by taking my right arm out to the side. My hips are going to stay over the knees. I'm going to thread that right arm behind my left. And as I come down here, I want just the top of the head to be on the floor. I don't want to press the ear in. I want a long line from crown to tail. So if you're pressing the ear into the floor, you do not have a long line from crown to tail because you're putting a kink in the neck. Use your left hand and shoulder to help support you here. Good, and then pressing through that left hand, we'll come back up. Good. When we're ready, we'll take that in the other direction. We'll open to the left, take that left arm through. Good. And come down. Good. Using your right hand and shoulder to help support you in that long line. Breathe and expand. So the long line is important, not just for good form for your neck, but it's that nice energy flow from crown to tail. So if you're pressing the ear into the floor, not just are you, putting risk at your neck, but you're disturbing that energy flow. You're putting a kink in it. We want it to flow freely. Pressing through that hand, coming back to center. Good. Now, if you need to kind of wiggle, do something here, if you need to come back, shake out wrist or something like that, go ahead and do that. And when you're ready, we're going to make our way to downward facing dog. So from your tabletop position, if you're taller, take a half a hand's width or full hand's width forward. If not, you can stay where you are. I'm going to root through the knuckles of the pinky, pointer, and thumb in both hands. I'm going to tuck the toes. I'm going to press in and forward into the mat as I lift and shift. Good. Now you can keep a little bend in the knees here for right now. So let's take a look at that. You want your hip, knees, ankles, and toes to track in that alignment. Could you press evenly into big toe and pinky toe mounds? My fingers are still spread. I'm pushing in and forward into my mat. Shoulders in their pockets. I'm turning shoulders inward slightly. My head and neck are free. My belly button is in. Now, if you've got a back issue or tight in the backside, keep a little bend in the knees. Otherwise, you can start to lengthen. You can stay here or you can start to bend and lengthen. The deeper you go, the harder you make it. You can alternate here, walking the dog, one leg at a time. You can come high on the toes and drop the heels. You choose. Stay with that breath. And maybe this I am statement. I am strong. I am strong. And we'll take some stillness if you took some movement. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk or step your feet forward to meet your hands. Come to blocks here if you can't easily touch the floor. Good, pressing into those feet. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Spine is long. So hands can come to blocks, floor, shins, or thighs. Exhale and we'll bow. We'll go again. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll bow. Inhale, root into the feet, engage the glutes. Long spine as you come up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Finding breath, mountain, intention. All right, big inhale and reach. Exhale and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll bow. Inhale, root through the feet, engage the glutes, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Before we go into a more modified Sun Salute A, let's come into a temple mudra. And you may not be able to see me over here. Let me step over here. We'll come up here. Oh, you still can't see me. That's all right. You know what I'm doing. So we're just going to tick-tock from side to side. And I'm using my obliques here. Those are the side abs, your waistline. Now, as you come over to your left, pause. And also give yourself a check. Are your shoulders and your hips in alignment? Some people have a tendency to round forward a little bit here. So try to find that alignment there. Now from here, I'm going to turn this way. If it's safe for you to do so and you want to zip up that front body a little bit deeper, good. Could you take a little back bend towards the left corner? Good. And we'll come back to the side and we'll come back up. Good. Now let's take that side bend towards the right this time. Hips and shoulders in alignment if you can. Good. And then when you're ready, good, you can stay here, zip up that front body, maybe taking it back to the right corner. Any funny business in the back? You've gone too far. This one is harder than it looks. And we'll come back to the side and we'll come back up. And we'll set ourselves up for modified sun salute A. Big inhale and reach. Exhale and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll bow. Inhale, plant the hands, step back into a plank. Good. So you can have a knee down plank or knees lifted plank. If you're lifted, press back through the heels. Everybody can take their sternum a little bit more forward, finding a little bit more length here. Everybody can press a little bit more into the floor. Good. Now, if you've got a shoulder issue, you're weaker in the upper body, I want you to take your knees down. You'll follow me through there. Those of you that don't have that issue, we're going to come to the floor and we want to try not to collapse through the upper body as we lower down. And I'm just going to take these a little forward here. Good. So give yourself a wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. The tops of the feet, toes are going to press into the mat. Hands are going to come a little forward here of the shoulders. Rolling shoulders back, belly button is in, baby cobra. Remember, shoulders are down, they're not up by the ears. And we'll lower. Inhale, exhale, take a baby cobra or a medium cobra. Again, we don't want to hang in the back like that, so we want to be supported. We don't want to hang in the shoulders. So if you can't do medium or higher without hanging in the shoulders, you need to be lower until you have that strength to hold you up here. And then we'll lower back down. Good. Now, take the fingers out to the side here. So kind of not necessarily right in line with the shoulders. So maybe just a little bit forward of the shoulders on the fingertips. Rolling shoulders back. Belly button is in. Good. Find a baby. And lower. One more time. Inhale, exhale, find a baby or find a medium. And we'll lower. Hands can come back in. One more traditional set. We'll take this all the way through. So big inhale, exhale, baby, medium, high. If you have it and you want it, lower a little bit, tuck the toes, find a full upward facing dog. Again, shoulders are not by the elbows or by the ears in upward facing dog. Like you can't keep your shoulders away from the ears. Don't come up in a full up dog. And when you're ready, we'll lower that back down. Always practice in good form. Take your time with your practice and you will build that strength. I am strong. I am capable. Good. From here, when you're ready, stronger, more experienced yogis can tuck the toes, push up into plank, shift back down dog. Otherwise, follow me through tabletop, tucking toes, lifting knees, finding down dog. Good. From down dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. Inhale, root, engage, and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Finding breath, finding mountain. I am strong. I am capable. Let's go through some sun salutes here. Flowing is optional. Inhale, exhale, and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. Inhale, step or hop back to plank. You choose. Take or skip a flow. From the down dog, when you're ready, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, roll bow. Inhale, flat spine as you come up. Exhale, hands in heart center. Inhale and lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, roll bow. Inhale, step or hop back to plank. You choose. Take or skip a flow. I'm going to skip this one. And I am that I am. So hum, so. From down dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, roll bow. Inhale, root, engage and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Last one. Inhale and lift. Exhale and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, roll bow. Inhale, step or hop back to plank. You choose. Take or skip a flow. So I've got a little foot injury here, so kind of being a little careful with it. Let's take a moment here. So I am strong. I am capable. What about I am at peace? I am at peace. From down dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, roll bow. Inhale, root, engage and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center, finding breath, mountain, intention. All right, let's go into a new pattern. Have those blocks handy. Big inhale and reach. Exhale and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll bow. Inhale, plant the hands, step or hop back to plank. You choose. Take or skip a flow. Good. From here, when you're ready, left leg lifts 3-point, bending that knee, opening to the left. Good. You can stay here. You can twirl an ankle. You can circle a hip. You can open and close. Find what works for you. And then when you're ready, release, taking that back down. Going into the other side, right leg lifts 3-point, bending that knee, opening up to the right. We're circling an ankle, circling a hip, open and close, find what works. And then we'll take that back down. Good. Coming back to the left side, left leg lifts 3-point, big inhale. Exhale, bend that knee, round, step or pick up and put that foot forward between the hands. Good. Find your blocks here. Your front knee is over or behind the ankle. Your back leg is strong. I'm really pressing back through that heel. And I'm gonna grow my sternum a little bit more forward. Let me take that left hip back just a smidge. So I'm really pressing into my blocks. Now, different people, maybe you need to be, higher blocks here. We want a long spine so we're not folding or collapsing in. From here, right hand's going to be into the block, open to the left. Taking that down. Left hand into the block, open to the right. Taking that down. Good. Blocks are going to come forward, plant the hands, front foot steps back. You choose, take or skip a flow. From down dog, when you're ready, right leg's going to lift 3-point, bending that knee, round, step or pick up and put that foot forward between the hands. Use blocks here. Good. Again, I'm going to press back strongly through that left leg, left heel. Going to take that Sternum a little bit more forward. I'm pressing into my blocks. Good. My right hip's going to come back just a little bit. My belly button is in here. Good. Breathe. I am strong. I am capable. I am at peace. I am health. Left hand comes to the block, open to the right. So even if you don't feel like you're healthy right now, say that to yourself. If given half the chance, the body will heal itself. Give it permission to heal. Right hand comes to the block, open to the left. And taking that back down. Blocks come forward, plant the hands, front foot steps back. You choose, take or skip a flow. Good. From the down dog, when you're ready, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, we'll bow. Inhale, root, engage, and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center, finding breath. Mountain. Your I am intention. All right, let's add on. Big inhale and reach. Exhale and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll bow. Inhale, plant the hands, step or hop back to plank. You choose, take or skip a flow. I'm going to skip this one. So from here, that left leg's going to lift, 3-point, bending that knee, opening to the left. Now, you can stay here and do what you did before, an ankle circle, hip circle, open and close. Or if you'd like, we're going to flip over to the right, coming into wild thing. If you're like, well, I kind of want to do that, but I'm afraid to do that, then just be mindful. Lower down the right knee, roll over to your right side, pick yourself up. Good. Now you're in the wild thing. Less scary way to get there. And then from here, based on where you went with that and the way that's best for your body, find your downward facing dog. From the downward facing dog, left leg's going to lift, 3-point, bending that knee. Good. 2 times cheetah center. Inhale, exhale, round 1. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, 2. Inhale, back. Keep it center or cross. Left knee, right elbow, and take it back. And cross if you want to, and take it back. Inhale, exhale, round step, or pick up and put the left foot forward between the hands. Now find your stability here. Find that nice lunge. Good. Strong back leg. When you're ready, we're going to warrior prep that back leg and foot. Good. Be strong as you rise, warrior 1. Now, if you're someone who, when you bend your front knee in warrior 1, you tend to hinge forward instead of being up here, lengthen that leg. That just means you're tighter in the hips. It's better to lengthen that front leg than practice with the bent front knee in bad form. So watch your form. Left hip's going to come back. We're zipped up through that front body. We're relaxing the shoulders. I'm strong through the back leg. Now, for a shoulder opener, you can open up here, or you can take your hands and your arms somewhere back here. Find what works for you back here, different things for different people. Or maybe the same people, but you just need different things day to day. Nothing wrong with that. From here, when you're ready, inhale and reach. I am content. If you're not, say this. I am working towards contentment. Inhale, exhale, take that path to the mat. Now coming back to your blocks, let's come to the high setting. Swivel up the back foot. Good. Now, actually, I had to have to swivel up my back foot from an injury. If you want a little bit more challenge with what we're getting ready to do, this pyramid variation, you can keep that back leg and foot in a warrior stance. So just kind of take with what you need here. And then when you're ready, lengthen the torso, lengthen the leg. Good. Especially if you're taller, the higher setting, if you're really tight in the hamstring, will keep you, shouldn't say keep you, will help you get a longer leg. And then those of you that want to go a little bit deeper, take the blocks down. We'll come a little bit more forward. The left hip is back. Maybe you can release from the blocks, taking hands to the floor. Good. We'll lift up a little bit higher. Put a bend in that front knee. Swivel up the back foot if you were still in warrior. Front foot steps back. You choose take or skip a flow. From here, when you're ready, right leg's going to lift 3-point, bending that knee, opening up to the right. So again, know your options. You can roll the ankle, circle the hip, open and close, or maybe you want to open up into that wild thing, flipping over. If you need the easier way to get there, lower down the left knee. Lower down the left knee, roll over to your left side, pick yourself up, and then you're there. When you're ready, inhale, exhale in the way that's best for you. Find your downward facing dog. Good. So going into the cheetah series, right leg lifts, bending that knee. Here we go. Inhale, exhale, cheetah center 1. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, cheetah 2. Inhale back, stay with those, or knee to the elbow and take it back. Knee to elbow and take it back. Exhale, round step or pick up and put that right foot forward between the hands. Use blocks here. Find that nice, strong up runner, your base of support. And then when you're ready, warrior prepping, that back foot, back leg with stability, rise, warrior 1. Right hip's going to come back. Again, if you can't stay out of this hinge here, lengthen that front leg to help you. And then if you want that shoulder opener again, just open or bind. I'm going to just be right here. Good. So I am strong. I am capable. I am at peace. I am content. I am spirit. That means different things to different people. So just use your interpretation. We'll release. We'll take it up. Good. I'm going to take this back down. Good. Bring your blocks back in here. Stay in a warrior prep for more challenge or swivel up. I'm going to swivel up just so I'm more balanced on both sides. And then you can lengthen that front leg. Right hip comes back. Front leg is long. And then when you're ready, you can come down. You can start to move forward. Good. You can leave your hands on the blocks, or maybe you can take them off. Hands on or off the blocks. You'll lift a little bit. Put a bend in that front knee. Swivel up the back leg and foot if you were still in warrior. Plant the hands, front foot steps back. You choose, take or skip a flow. Breathe and expand. From downward facing dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, little bow. Inhale, root, engage, and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Finding breath, mountain, and tension. All right. Let's go into a real quick balance here. Let's come into a tree, and I'm going to give you some different trees. So you've got your basic tree. You've got kickstand tree, calf tree, thigh tree. The tree that I'm going to demo is the figure 4 tree. So I'm going to take my ankle right up above the knee here and then have a seat. So if that's not what you want to do, remember you've got your regular tree. If balance is not real good today, take the kickstand. You can always come to a wall or a sturdy piece of furniture as well. So from here, when you're ready, take your tree. Left leg's going to be your supporting leg. Hip, knee, and toe come forward. Zip up through the front body. We've got your kickstand. We've got the calf. You can put the foot on the thigh. So you want foot on thigh or the calf, not the knee joint. Or you can take this over into figure 4 and have a seat. Woo, maybe not. Let me try that again. My balance is off because I've got an injury here, but it's also allergy season. And the storm is headed this way. So all of those things will impact the fluids, the pressure, your balance. And when you're ready, good, we'll gently come up out of there, shake out that left leg. We'll take that to the other side. So right leg, hip, knee, and toe, gonna come forward. Choose what you need here. Now this is my bad side, so I'm gonna do something completely different and kickstand it. But remember, you're welcome to come to calf, foot to the thigh, figure 4, find what you need here. I am spirit, I am health. And we'll gently come out of there, shake out the supporting leg. We're gonna make our way down to the floor and come into some deeper hip openers here, preparing for Malasana. So from the top of the mat, big inhale and reach, exhale and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll bow. Inhale, step or hop back to plank. You choose, take or skip a flow. I'm gonna skip this flow. From down dog, when you're ready, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands, and then have a seat. I'm gonna bring in my folded blanket here to sit on. Good. And we're gonna take our legs forward. Legs can be together or a little bit wider apart. And if you know that you don't touch your feet in a forward fold, you can bring in your strap or belt here to help you. If you know you go beyond, you can bring in a block here to help you. Otherwise, just let the knees be slightly bent if you need that, or support them with something under here. Feet in flexion. Big inhale, nice and tall. Exhale, hinge from the hips first, long spine, and then fold it. Breathe into that back body. So I want you breathing right into this area here. I am light. I am light. Inhale, look forward. Exhale carefully. Come up out of there. Good. So for this one, I'm just going to turn and face the camera. I'm still going to sit up on my blanket. We're going to come to log stack here. So I'm going to start with my right leg on bottom. Good. And then I'm going to stack my left leg on top. You're wanting ankles and knees to be in that alignment, and ideally you don't want space under here. So if you do, you'll want to put a block, a pillow, a folded blanket, something under there. A floating joint is a risky joint here. And if that still just feels awkward and you don't like it, take the top leg forward here, almost kind of like crisscross applesauce, but Not exactly as pretty. And then that's a good modification for you. So if you're in full log stack, flex the feet, big inhale and reach, exhale, hinge and fold. Breathe and expand. I am strong. I am capable. I am present. I am health. I am light. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, walk up out of there. We're going to come to a log, not a log stack. This is what this is. We're going to come to windshield wiper. So carefully undo. Feet can be a little bit wider than body width apart. Hands come behind you. Belly button is in here because you're going into rotation. So try to have a long spine as well. And just let the legs go side to side. I am radiant. I am light. I am radiant. Good. And when you're ready, we'll come back up. We'll do that to the other side. So now my left leg is going to be my base leg. My right leg is going to be my top leg. Again, fill in any space. If that doesn't help, take the front leg forward. Good. And then when you're ready, big inhale and reach. Exhale, hinge and fold. And when you're ready, we'll carefully come back up. Good. We'll undo. We'll go back into windshield wiper. So hands will come behind. Belly button is in. Spine is long. And when we will windshield wipe here. Kind of a tongue twister to get all of that out. Good. So if I am light, I am radiant. I am love. I am love. And when you're ready from here, good. I'm just going to cross at the ankles and come back forward. Find your way back into downward facing dog. So whatever way you need to get there, get there. Now we're going to come into the Malasana squat here from down dog. And if that's not where you need to be, hang with me. I will give you an alternative. So I'm going to recommend you take your feet at least as wide as the mat, maybe on the outside of your mat. And maybe just hinge back a little bit here because that feels good. A wide leg down dog. And then when you're ready from here, walk your feet forward. Good. Hips, knees, and toes are going to turn out away from the body. We want the heels to stay grounded, and then you can find your Malasana squat here. Now, my bottom doesn't go to the floor, and we're going to be here for a little bit. So I'm going to bring in a block to help myself. Now, different things with the different blocks. Remember, the block itself has 3 different settings. So you have here, you have here. You can stack 2 blocks here. You can stack this base block and this block up here, which is really nice. This really puts you up high, okay? Or maybe none of that is helpful for you because your hips and knees just don't want to squat even this low. So if that's you, find a standing version. You can stand up against a wall or a sturdy piece of furniture. Just take the legs out and then find your squat here. Okay, no worries. Options for everybody. Everybody looks different. Everybody needs to do something different. What everybody does need to make sure you do, regardless of version, is make sure that your heels are grounded on the floor. So if they're not, you can take your feet out wider. Sometimes that works. Otherwise, put a rolled up towel, blanket, part of your mat, something like that under there. Practicing With lifted heels here puts too much stress on the knees, and we don't want that. So we're going to zip up. Good. We're just holding here for a moment. Good. Now, those of you that are in the standing version, go ahead and come back up to standing. Those of you that are with me in a squatty version, take your hands to the floor, press into the feet and the heels, lift up and fold. We're just going to come out of there for a moment. And then when you're ready, find your squat again. Good. From your squat, whether you're standing or sitting, good, release to the left, open to the right. So for most people, this is probably where you're going to stay. I know that there's some of you out there that can do the bind here, the Malasana bind, or maybe you're just working on a half bind. So if that's you, feel free to go there. Really open up this right shoulder, if that's where you're going to go. And when you're ready, we'll release and we'll come back to center. We're going to release to the right, open to the left. So again, you can stay here or you can work on a half bind or a full bind, opening up that left shoulder. And when you're ready, good. We'll carefully come out of there. Good. And one more time. Plant those hands or come to standing. Lift, lift, lift. And in the way that's best for you, based on where you are, based on how your body is, come down out of there, find another seat. So from the seat, I'm going to take my legs back long here. Now, we're going to do a little core exercise here before we come onto our backs. We're going to use the strap when we get onto our back. So have that handy. So different stages, different things for different people. Some of you are going to bend the knees. Good. You might hold on or take your arms forward. So whether your knees are bent or legs long, that's a little bit harder. When you come back, you want to stop right at your point of control. So that's the point where you know that you either need to keep going back or your legs need to come up. And once you reach that point, then we'll come back up. And we'll go two. And we'll come back up. Now, those of you with long legs or bent knees, if you think that's a little weenie, find a boat. Good. And go here. If you still think that's weenie, take a block in between the shins and or have your second block into your hands. Good. Then find that engagement. There's always a way to make it harder. There's always a way to make it easier. Find what you need. Once you're ready, release the blocks if you use those. Once again, come all the way back into a fold. And then from here, if you can, we'll roll that down onto our backs. Good. So from here, just put a little bend in the knees, roll the shoulders back, hip, knees, and toes are going to track. We're just going to do one little bridge here real quick. So just lift, lift, lift. I'm pressing my arms into the mats and pressing my shoulders into the mat. Now notice the longer you're here, how this starts to change how you feel. You should start to feel it more in the hamstrings, maybe even a little bit into the quads and the glutes. And then when you're ready, rock back on the heels, lift the toes. Feet come flat down. Press into the toes, lift the heels. Lower back down. And we'll lower the hips back down. Okay. Knees into the chest. And we'll rock side to side. We're going to come into a twisty here. So you're just going to do a basic twist today. Arms out to the side. Knees in tabletop. Knees over hips. Shins parallel to the floor. Inhale. Exhale, belly button is in. Take those knees over to the right. Try to keep left shoulder grounded as you look to the left. Breathe and expand. So I am love, I am hope. Head back to center, one leg back at a time if you've got a back issue, or use the core to bring those back in. Good, wiggle, 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 let yourself reset. Knees over hips, shins parallel to the floor. We're gonna take those knees over to the left, keeping right shoulder grounded as you look to the right. I am hope, I am perseverance. Head back to center, one leg at a time, or bring them both back in and wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Now we're gonna come to a happy baby here or happy adult. So be mindful when you come into the happy baby, and I'm gonna take my feet flat towards the ceiling. Hips, knees, and toes are bent and turned out. You can grab yogi foot or yogi toe. This should look like to you that squat, that malasana that we just did. We're just doing the same thing on our backs versus our feet. So find length. Now, if this is not doing it for you, you can come to happy adult, just release the feet, just grab the shins. And you can rock your baby, you can rock your adult. And when you're ready, we'll come out of there, grab your strap. We're gonna take the right foot into the right strap. Okay. Now, depending on how open you are in the hamstring will depend on how high up you grip. Higher is going to be harder. Down here is going to be a little bit easier. So both hips are grounded, and you can keep a bend in the left knee or take that leg long if you are okay in the back. Little softness in that right knee, and we're going to pull that in. Breathe and expand. So remember, you're ahimsa, do no harm to self. So if you feel pain, numbness, tingling, burning, can't breathe well, scrunch up your face, you're not honoring ahimsa, you've gone too far. You're harming yourself. Okay. We'll release both straps into the right hand. Good. Now, keep a little bend in this left knee here for a moment. You're going to take that right leg out to the right. If you feel the left side of the body lift, your right leg is too far to the right, let it come back up here. And then once you have anchored left shoulder and hip, if you want to, take that left leg forward, left arm straight behind you, and reach, oppositional stretch. I am my truth. I am my truth. Good. We'll release, come back to center. Find a midair switcheroo here with your feet. Good. So now your left foot's in the strap. Find the grip that's appropriate here on the side for you, keeping that knee a little soft. And then we'll bring that into the face. And release. Both straps into the left hand. Good. We want to keep the right side grounded here. So when you're ready, we're going to take that left leg out to the left. If you're grounded well and it's good for you, you can take that right leg long in front of you, right arm long behind you, and get that oppositional stretch here. I am joy. I am joy. And when you're ready, we'll come back up. Release that foot, knees into the chest. We're going to come into Shavasana here. So as you find where you need to be, legs long, everything flopping open, a bend in the knees, maybe being on your side or on your belly, find that. And then I'm going to leave you with this closing affirmation. I am a beautiful soul with a beautiful purpose. Say that to yourself multiple times because it's true. I am a beautiful soul with a beautiful purpose. Taking a deep breath here. Choose stillness or gently take head and neck from side to side. Choose stillness or wiggle fingers and toes. Choose stillness or taking knees into the chest, choosing to keep the upper body grounded or maybe lifted into a full body hug. And choosing stillness or extending legs long in front of you, arms long behind you, and reach and lengthen from the edge of the fingertips, the edge of the toes. Full body stretch, point and flex the feet. Bend and stretch the hands, curling wrists and ankles in one direction and then in the other. And then from here, whenever you're ready, carefully bending in both knees, and you choose rolling over onto your right or left side, the side that works best for your body in this moment, taking all the time that you need here. And when you're ready, pressing yourself up to a comfortable seat where we normally start our practice. Good. Find some nice length, ears, shoulders, and hips. Notice how you feel. Palms to the side, palms up. Inhale and reach. Palms together, exhale, hands in the heart center. Reconnect with your intention one more time. Reconnecting with all of those I am statement affirmations. We'll take thumbs to the forehead for good and true thoughts, to our lips for good and kind words, and to our hearts for open and loving hearts, knowing no effort on this mat is ever wasted. No gain is ever reversed. May you be safe. May you stay well. May you always recognize that you are a beautiful soul with a beautiful purpose. Namaste.